Tracey, speed is what we need. Didn't. I got a brush and I got my acrylic. Didn't.
Are you
What
drifting?
movie? What movie?
Are you drifting?
I'm not drifting. That's Top Gun, dude.
Fast and Furious.
Thank you. Kind of Top Gun. Jeez, I'm Maverick.
Does that make me Goose?
Yeah, you're Goose, dude. You die in the eject button I hit.
Feel like I die a little every day.
All right, let's gotta move on because this is gonna get weird real quick, people. Okay. Is speed important in nail service? Let me say this before you answer this question. There's a lot of discussion around this topic, right? Quality versus quantity. You should focus on the service, taking care of the client, implying that if you're working at a faster pace that you're not. There's a lot of stuff in here, and I think for beginners or even seasoned pros that may be struggling a little bit in their business, I think this is really going to help and allows us to clarify a lot of things. Okay. So, Tracey, does speed matter in nail services?
When I hear does speed matter in nail services, I hear does time matter? Yes.
Does time matter? I love that. That is so good. God, you just threw me off there. That is so good. Okay, continue.
Because
I just wanted to comment.
Speed has this undertone of exactly what you just said. You don't care. You're just
Right.
going as fast as you can and did it. No. There's not naming any names, but there's someone that they will post. Let's normalize taking 5 hours to do a set of nails, and then in the next breath they'll say, let's normalize doing nails in less than an hour. Pick a lane. Pick a lane. No, what I want to normalize, and people think I'm all about speed. No,
Yeah.
I'm about time management and I'm about money. So let's normalize making money no matter what you do.
Yep.
You can take 5 hours to do a set of nails. I don't care. And I'm not talking about when you first started, because I took 5 hours to do a full set.
Right.
That it takes, you got to get the technique. Then the speed, time management comes next.
Right.
If you are a vet, a seasoned professional, and you're taking 5, that typically means you're doing
Extensive nail art,
very extreme long shaping,
Yes.
whatever it is. And I'm cool with that. As long as you're making the right amount of money, as
Right.
long as you're charging correctly.
Right.
Me, I'm not into that extensive nail art. I don't have the patience. I don't have the focus.
Yeah.
We all know this. I don't have the focus. I like to, I like an hour and under. That's my preference, hour
Right.
and under. Not that some things didn't take longer, or if I get a new client and I didn't know what their nails were going to entail, I didn't give myself a buffer. But that's how I prefer to work. Where does the time management come in? If you're taking 5 hours, but you literally could be doing it in 3 or 2, then we have a speed time management issue.
I think that question, that statement, sorry, let's normalize 5-hour sets or whatever it is. There's no, let's think about that for 1 second, okay? I want to break that statement down because I've seen it too. I've seen it posted on Instagram. I've seen it a few times posted. But let's break this down, okay? Is that actually okay? Well, you're saying that statement without any context at all, of money. We're talking about a professional service, okay? You name me one business that can take their sweet time and everything that they do, and then let's normalize that. Let's normalize shipping your orders in 4 weeks. I want to normalize that. Does that make, without any context, does that make any sense? No. Well, if you live in Korea and you call us and you place an order, well, okay, that's different, right?
Huge distributor orders, international. Yeah, it takes
completely different. Takes time.
It takes us time to pick it, and then it's going to take time to get it there.
To you. So, but when you talk about a business and you're trying to normalize taking that long without any context at all, just because like we should take our time, dude, time and speed is part of every professional like setup, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything, any business, anybody professional. Why is there 15-minute, quarters in football? Why are there 12-minute quarters in basketball? Why are there shot clocks? Why are there all of these things? It's because things have to move. It's professional. This is not, let's go play ball at the park. Nobody's breaking out their timer when they're playing for fun. If you're doing nails for fun, you're not breaking out that timer and like trying to get that down because it's not a professional setting. In a professional setting, you have to, time management is of the essence. You have other clients. You have to be able to book things. And here's the other part. If you're saying let's normalize 5-hour sets, what you're basically telling the customer is you need to get used to sitting in my chair for 5 hours regardless. You have to. That's an insane ask to normalize that kind of thing.
Right. And again, it's not that you can't build a clientele that's willing to do it. It's going to take you a lot more time.
A lot longer.
It's going to take longer. But we just have to look in the mirror. Is the 5 hours reasonable? Is it reasonable for what you're doing?
Right.
We've talked to many people, right? And they're like, well, it took me that long, but I do a lot of art, so I have to break it apart. Okay, how long did the set take? They're like, it took 3 hours. Wasn't a very difficult shape. Well, this is active length. Okay, now we need to talk.
Right.
Because there's time management being wasted. There's time being wasted there. This is when speed is important.
Important.
Right? Because if we could do the full set in the hour, whatever, there's people been doing nails for a long time. It takes 2. That's fine. But first, are we charging right? And can we take it down? Wouldn't you rather be able to get more people in a day? This is how we give ourselves raises, right?
Correct.
So you just have to take a really good look in the mirror and go, where am I wasting time? Or am I wasting time?
Right. Am I charging enough? Again, like you said before, like you got to have context. So if you're doing 3-hour sets but in a reasonable, and that can be a reasonable time if you have the shape and extensive nail art and you're charging the right amount, then 3 hours for a set can totally work. And you can, like Tracey said, you can find that clientele. It's going to take you longer to find somebody that wants that will pay that and will sit for that long, but it's possible.
Right.
It's
because people are busy.
Exactly.
They are busy. It's for instance, I get hair extensions, right? I go in, if I get the full set of extensions and my hair colored and all that, I know I'm going to be there 3-4 hours, right? Next time when I get the hair, it gets moved up in 6 weeks. That's a 30-minute appointment.
Right.
If she sat there for another 5 hours to do that,
you'd kill her.
I would never go.
You'd never go.
I would never
Exactly.
go. Because I don't have the time. I really go crazy just when I have my hair colored and all that, because I just don't really have the time to do it. So you got to look at it that way. But most importantly, if Habib is a 5-hour set tech, right? Cool. He's doing all that extensive art. And I like to book on the hour. I do very simplistic art. I more color, whatever, combos, whatever. When we A/B what we make at the end of the day, it better be the same.
It better be the same.
It
Exactly.
better be the same.
I am going to go to a restaurant, and this restaurant wants to normalize 5-hour dinners because
I've been to this restaurant.
Yes, because it's quality. Do you think that restaurant is going to survive? Are you going to go to that restaurant? I ain't going to that restaurant. I don't have 5 hours. Like, it's not going to happen, I mean, I can still get quality. I can still get exceptional service at a restaurant and be out in an hour. Literally in an hour, hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? Like for maybe lunch, for a dinner, you really don't want to go past 2 hours, right? If you go sit down with your
Drives
family,
me crazy, yeah.
dude, you want to sit down, you want the bread to come, then you want maybe appetizers, you eat, maybe a dessert, and you're out in 2. After that, it's getting a little hairy.
We have a favorite restaurant down the street from us, and we've kind of stopped going because it started. They know us now, and they take forever to come to the table.
Yeah.
They'll get us drinks right away, like that. But it can be 45 minutes before they ever come around and ask us what we want to eat.
Holy crap.
And if we're hungry,
forget it.
that's not going to work.
Dude, but that's what I'm saying is in a professional business environment, whether it's nails, restaurant, whatever, a service, any service industry, people do not want like part of customer service is making sure that they're in and out in a timely manner. That's part of customer service. You can't normalize a 5-hour set. Like, where are you what planet are you on? You're not on Earth. Your business is going to fail. If you want to, I'm saying if you want to normalize that, like that statement of like, let's normalize 5-hour set means everybody should accept 5 hour. No, there are some customers that will, and that will pay that for that type of art and those type of nails. You ain't normalizing. Your business is going to go under if you think that's okay, without proper time management, like you're saying.
Yeah, you have to. And you know, this is the thing. That doesn't mean we have to go 3 million miles per hour. No one wants to work day in and day out like that, but you really start looking at yourself. Because I myself used to do this, Habib. I would start feeling like I am, like I'd look at the clock and I'm like, oh man, it's been 15 minutes. I'm almost done with their fill. I still got to paint and everything, but
I'm going
to slow it down.
That's insane.
Why?
That's
I'm
insane.
not doing it on purpose. Why
Right.
would I slow purposely? But we do feel that way sometimes. Like, oh, quality. The client's going to feel like I wasn't giving them enough if I go. No, the way you make your clients feel special is not being distracted by the phone.
Correct.
Not by looking at text messages. Not by doing other things while they're there. They're the most important thing in your world at that time. And if you do that, it doesn't matter if you did a fill in 30 minutes. They're going to love their nails. Again, it's not like you're done and you go, I'm done in 30 minutes, you're out the door.
Exactly.
It's done when it's done, and you want to make sure your client likes them, so they're happy. And then they are like, oh man, I have the rest. That was great. I'm out.
Dude,
Love it.
people want their time is precious to everybody. You have to be concerned about that. I want to ask, like, name me one business where time is not a factor. Name anything professional.
Turnaround.
Where turnaround is not important. It's one of the biggest things. Here's a great example. We years ago, this is a long time ago, but we hired somebody to help us with our backyard. There was something going on with our backyard. We needed something designed. And we had hired this person who had like this amazing reputation for being like the absolute best in like LA, had worked on all these people, just amazing. Worked for a company that did all these amazing projects. This person was now on their own, had their own business. Okay. So was their own boss, hired this person to help us to design this thing that we needed for our backyard. I'm telling you, like, the drawings and the sketches and everything was like the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Moved like freaking molasses. Could not. It was so painful that I'm like, I don't care how good he is. I'm going to go back there and finish the damn job, even though I don't know what I'm doing. Time is important to 99.9% of people. You cannot ignore that. It is huge. And I think it's important for us to really distinguish, Tracey, between like speed and time are important in any professional setting. Time management is important in any professional setting. You can't argue that. Can you build a business doing 3 to 5 hour sets of nails? Yes, you can. Like Tracey said, you have to find that client that's willing to sit in the chair and want it's three things. It's like they want the nails that you're producing in that time. It's a very specific person. They're willing to pay what the hours.
Yep.
Like Tracey said, if she does 5 people in an hour and you know per hour in a 5 hour time limit, and you do one person, you better be making the same money. So that person has to be willing to pay that amount. And then finally, are they willing to sit in that chair for that long? If you can find those people,
and they're out there.
they're out there.
They're out there.
They are out there. Then good for you. You
Yep.
can build that business. So we're not saying
No.
you know.
In any form, though, you got to look at your time. Can you go faster? If you can take your 5-hour set to 3 hours, now we can get a whole nother person in a day
Exactly.
and make more money.
Make more money.
Or go home early to your family.
Yeah, it's not a reason to be like, well, I'm just going to sit and in between my prep and my application, I'm going to go get a coffee. And like, no, dude, like you still need to, you know, like if you can get from
Focus.
5 to 3, get another person in, you got to focus.
I always call it work with a purpose.
Work with a purpose.
Get done.
Yeah, exactly. Let us know in the comments below your thought on speed, AKA time, in the salon. Is it important? Why or why not for you? Let us know in the comments below. Tracey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you next time on the Biz Talk.
Subscribe channel now. Subscribe channel now. Sub